Good morning, family. Welcome to Chanshinwan Morning Devotion. Today is Thursday, March 21st. Let's begin by greeting our most beloved Heavenly Parent and true parents. Chanjin Chambumanenge Kyungme. Autumn. Now for our family pledge, let's welcome Pastor Milhan Stevens.
가정맹세 1. 한해여급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 번향 땅을 찾아 번연의 창조의 상이 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 찬해여급 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 중심, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과皇族권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조의 상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천여국 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 천여국 시대를 맞이하여 절대신앙, 절대사랑, 절대복종으로 신인의 일체의 상을 이루어 지상천국과 전상천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Pastor Milhan. Now for opening prayer, I'd like to invite Noriko-san. Noriko Sato, could you please unmute, pray for us today? Noriko-san. Thank you.
Prayer, every parents, true parents, thank you for have a morning devotion today. Everyone want to learn true mother's heart and true mother's word. So we have a wonderful day through mother's heart and the word. So every parent, please guide us and appreciate all the day and through mother's heart, through mother's heart. Thank you for joining this morning devotion. I pray in the name of Noriko Sato, Blessed Central Family. Adieu.
Adieu. Thank you, Noriko-san. All right, family, now it's time for our Hundake reading. We're reading from the Mother of Peace. We're down to the last three. We're on episode 68. Pastor Mahan.
Yay. Thank you, and Kathleen. Noriko-san for your prayer. Do you have any volunteer readers?
I want to volunteer this morning.
Great, thank you. Green.
Good morning, everyone. We are reading from the Mother of Peace. And God shall wipe away all tears from our eyes. Let's begin. The heavenly unified world in Oceania. I wanted multiple generations of the true family to take the lead in the 2019 model course of national restoration, so they could inherit this realm of victory and help prepare the gift of 7 restored nations for a heavenly parent and true father. So I invited my family members to guide 2 rallies of hope as special emissaries, representing the heavenly world and the earthly world. The families of Moon Hyojin, Moonyana, and Moon Hyunjin, Moon Hunsuk, oversaw the events in Palau, and Moon Sunjin and Park Insuk led the events in the Dominican Republic. Palau lies in the western Pacific Ocean. It is made up of 340 beautiful islands that bring to mind God's original creation. My husband and I first visited Palau in 2005 to establish a branch of the Universal Peace Federation. I returned there in 2006 with some of my children and spoke to a large gathering. When it came time to plan a First Ladies Summit in 2019, we decided that Palau would be the ideal hostess nation. Palau places the mother at the center of the family, society, and traditional culture. The presidents and first ladies of Palau have actively supported our movement since 1992. I was particularly touched when Palau's first lady came to Korea to pay her respect when my husband ascended in 2012. Considering how providentially appropriate it is for women to take the lead in establishing the Pacific civilization, it is truly meaningful that the Asia Pacific First Ladies Summit and Blessing Ceremony, making the beginning of the heavenly unified world, was hosted in Oceania's matriarchal society of Palau. Nonetheless, our membership base in Palau is still somewhat small, so it was a challenge for us to host the summit and blessing ceremony there. And I am grateful to all themiacal members and volunteers who made it happen. On December 9, 2019, the eve of the main event, we held a welcoming banquet for more than 300 distinguished guests from 36 nations, including His Excellency President Thomas Remigasu Jr. and First Lady Debbie Remigasu of Palau. 8 current and former First Ladies, the Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Tuvalu and his wife, and parliamentarians from Bhutan and Sri Lanka. The welcoming dinner was held under a crystal clear night sky filled the stars. In his greetings, the president said, "Though I am the president of this country today, I have come as a guest invited by my wife, the First Lady, who is the hostess of this year's summit." It was a festive and congenial gathering where every participant felt at home. At the same time, it was a banquet of longing, as many participants, including the president and his wife, kindly expressed how much they had longed to see True Mother. Following day, December 10, attendees of the Asia Pacific First Ladies Summit 2019 gathered at the Ngarachamongan Cultural Center. The opening ceremony began with an address led by the First Lady. Then my emissary and daughter-in-law, Women's Federation for World Peace International President Moon Unsuk, read the founder's message on my behalf. Through her, I conveyed my love not only for Palau, but for all of Oceania. The starting point of the Pacific civilization in the past, Father Moon proclaimed the advent of the Pacific Rim era and emphasized the providential importance of the Asia-Pacific region. In 1992, he wrote in his calligraphic Chinese characters, "The unified world will begin in Oceania," and offered prayers and other spiritual conditions for the restoration of Oceania to God. The 40-day Cosmic Canaan course for the settlement of Chonilgo created the foundation for an Asia-Pacific Union. I gained national level support in November at the Cambodia Rally of Hope and the Taiwan Rally of Hope, which connected with Chinese communities across the globe. At the African Summit in Niger, I won the support of Africa on the continental level. Palau's Rally of Hope Summit and Blessing Ceremony was the capstone of the Asian Pacific Union. The First Ladies attending the Asia Pacific First Ladies Summit resolved to address the fundamental problems of the world with a maternal heart. They called it the Day of Women's Liberation, established by the true mother of humankind. It was a true Women's Day for another reason also. In contrast to summits held elsewhere, it was women who were in charge of the preparations, assisted by men. The next day, December 11, the government-sponsored blessing ceremony took place. Historic events always hit bumps in the road, and this one was no exception. As midnight approached on the day before the ceremony, the President's Secretariat informed us that our schedule conflicted with a state budget meeting, so the President would not be able to attend. It was a bolt out of the blue. That left us all deflated. Our spirits were revived, however, when, as the First Lady of Palau and the other First Ladies entered the blessing venue the following morning. The MC joyfully announced that the President had arrived and was making his way to the stage. Palau's First Ladies Summit and Blessing was a milestone in God's providence. If marked Oceania as the starting point of the Pacific civilization, which unfolds around the maternal heart of giving and giving again, the Pacific Ocean is known as a symbol of peace and womanhood, especially motherhood. The victory was due not just to the leaders and people of that beautiful Highland nation, but also to my two daughters-in-law and Asia Pacific Family Federation members who united in earnest prayer, offering with the heart to move heaven. Offered with the heart to move heaven. We are one family and one holy community of heavenly parents, with the conviction that to stop is to fail, to persevere is to succeed. I keep moving forward undaunted no matter what difficulties come. I need to be a mother of love and benevolence who can overlook faults and embrace all circumstances with a maternal heart as wide as the ocean. That is why even today, I stay awake at night with a heart to cover all the world's children with blankets while they sleep. Heavenly Latin America blooms flowers of hope. In my conversation with my husband, we often shared about Latin America. It is a place we can never forget. He would say, it is where we devoted a great part of our golden years. I would respond, it pains me now, for much remains to be completed. Compared with anywhere in the world, my husband and I offered our most devoted effort in Latin America. We offer devotions and conditions in Latin America. We offer devotions and conditions in the scorching sun, covered in dust from head to toe, to plow the fields of hope. Even now, I can close my eyes and vividly recall the scenes of the providence that unfolded in Latin America. That land is soaked with my husband and my tears and sweat. Today, while the land sometimes seems like a wilderness of despair, we are once again cultivating flowers of hope. In 2005, Father and I visited Sao Paulo to establish the Brazilian chapter of the Universal Peace Federation. That city served often as a state of the Regional Peace Council meetings. I chose Sao Paulo to host the Latin America Summit and Rally of Hope in August 2018. These events kindled the spirit of national restoration throughout Latin America. Building upon this spirit, it was the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean that hosted the Rally of Hope, held December 14 to 15, 2019. We convened the opening event, the Latin America and Caribbean Summit, at the Odelpa Gran Almirante Hotel and the state government building in Santiago. More than 500 people attended from 43 nations, including Brazil, Mexico, Argentina, Colombia, and Guatemala. His Excellency, President Jimmy Morales of Guatemala, and 5 former heads of states from Trinidad and Tobago, Nicaragua, Ecuador, Bolivia, and Haiti were in attendance. From the Dominican Republic, President Daniel Medina appointed Governor Ana Maria Dominguez of Santiago as his official representative. Other guests including 10 current and former speakers of parliament, 30 parliamentarians, and dozens of interfaith, civil society, business, and media leaders. Former First Lady of Nicaragua, Maria Flores, honored our ideals in her introductory remarks. after which my emissary and daughter, Women's Federation for World Peace International Vice President, Dr. Moon Sun-jin, delivered my speech. Ultimately, a true and lasting peace can only be achieved when we come to know and understand God, our heavenly parents, she said. Only by connecting with God's will and providence can we expect to create lasting solutions. Dr. Moon then presented awards to representatives from 15 countries and received on my behalf a certificate recognizing me as Mother of Peace. Sorry. And making me an honorary citizen of the Dominican Republic. Amen and adieu. You're hearing at the reading of this morning's God of Mother of Peace.
Thank you, Beryl. Thank you so much. God
You're
bless.
welcome.
Mama
You're
Bree,
welcome. Thank you.
are there any comments, keywords, reflections on today's reading? We're in Palau, Latin America. Reverend Sebastian.
Just a very small point. I never realized the connection where Father says that the unified world will start in Oceania, meaning in an island, and then the Mother's first nation that she was able to win, Sao Tome and Principe, is also an island nation. So the incredible kind of parallel to Mother winning establishing Heavenly Africa started with an island nation, actually, off the coast. So I thought that was interesting, and that the islands like Japan and all the other islands always represent female, the motherly aspect. Even nations that are not necessarily islands, but connected to islands, like the Commonwealth of Nations and centered on Great Britain, which is an island. Canada is also considered by true parents as a female, as a daughter nation. So, and Australia as well. Anyway, that's just my reflection on that.
Comments. God is definitely a global God. He looks at the world, sees the relationships, and what is it like? Only in Japan and England where the streets are opposite, where like you drive on the left side of the road. You know that. And
Right. Interesting.
It's very feminine almost, right? I don't know why. It's just to do things opposite. They can only do that because their roads don't connect anywhere to the. If there's any one road that connected to another nation, it would have to, like, do something crazy. But yeah.
Also in Africa, actually, several nations are driving on the left side, like the Brits.
Oh, right.
And Joel just said Jamaica does. And I think Australia does too.
Maybe just English colonies, right? Like what they once colonized before, that kind of drives on the same side, probably.
Makes sense. I see. Yeah, there's a feminine nature, perhaps. I don't know. I was talking with I'm not sure how related this is, but I was talking to a brother about, potentially matching situation. And I explained how there's 4 different types of people in general. There's men and women, obviously. And then there's like left brain and right brain type people with the thumbs on top, and it's really remarkable how accurate it is, which thumb is on. I can predict with most people if they're right thumbed or left thumbed on top, just based on their personality. Some people are more right brain and more left brain.
What does that mean about the thumbs?
Well, so you've heard of what the left brain and right brain, the difference is between them.
Mhm.
Okay, right. So the left brain is more practical, realistic, and a very conscious of physical and practical things. The right brain is more creative and expansive and relationship making, and so they're it's not really masculine or feminine. It's just 2 different types of. So for some people, their right brain's more dominant, and their left. And for some other people, the left brain's more dominant. For whatever reason, it's reflected in which thumb is on top. So your left brain connects to your right hand, and your right brain connects to your left hand. So whatever thumb is on top, it represents the dominant side of the brain. So in general, when you get matched, you want to be matched to an opposite. So it's, when you look at Japan and Korea, it's like, well, they're on opposite sides of the road. So some kind of reflective nature of the different types of nations. Some nations are left, driving on the left side, and some nations are driving on the right side. Kind of like the thumbs. So I don't
Thumb
know.
on top of what?
What?
Thumb on top of what?
Oh, the other thumb. Like, wait, you never done this before?
No.
Well, you're definitely a left thumb, I can tell. But just put your hands together.
Okay.
Like, clasp your hands. And which thumb is on top?
My right thumb's on top.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, could be. Yeah, that you're right. I think I can see that too. I guess typically spiritual people are kind of left thumbed, but I realized, yeah, you like a lot of physical things. You're very into details and particulars, and so yeah, I could see that actually.
You
Can't believe I
mean
never-
like this? We hold our hands like this?
Yeah, like just whatever feels comfortable.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so whatever thumb's on top, that's what you're looking at.
Yeah,
Right
right.
thumb is more left brain, and vice versa. So my point is, like, Japan and Korea is a good match because they drive on opposite sides of the road. I don't know, it's silly like that.
So now everybody right now is clasping their hands, trying to look at them.
Yeah, it's, when I do this with my kids. Even Emika was doing it too, and yeah, she's a right thumb, so on top. Hiroki's right thumb. So only me and Ayumi were left thumb on top.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, Saika's obviously right thumb.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, a lot was mentioned in this morning's reading about Palau in Oceania. And I remember it was one sister who came from that country. I came to meet her when we were attending, events on, public holidays, like a Day of All Things. So she was also a very, sporting like person, not very tall, but she was a table tennis player, and she competed in the female section of our competitions that we had, on these public holidays. Her name is Margaret. I don't know if Sebastian or any of the early members may know her.
Margaret and Tim Sisson. Margaret actually is a relative of the president, of the lady. They know, they were instrumental in helping this whole program. Yeah, Margaret.
So Margaret and I were very good friends in the sense that we like to play, table tennis. And so one time we had an event on the grounds of Belvedere. True Father, it was a day, one of our public holidays, and Father was sitting down, and members are all over the environment. Very beautiful day. And she, Father was, receiving, songs from the members. And he didn't select any person. The way it happened was that the last person who would perform, they had the ability or the right to select who would be next. So Margaret was singing a song from her country to our true parents. And at the conclusion of her song, she pointed to me because, of our friendship. And I was given the opportunity to sing a song for, True Father that day. And so when you spoke about Palau, in my mind, Margaret, because she was the one who gave me the opportunity to sing before the Messiah and his bride on that historic day. So, but also, I had a chance to visit South America a couple of times, and it spoke about breaking grounds in in that part of the world, and I was very fortunate to be there and to help with digging the fields. I worked in the fields for a number of days while true parents and brothers and sisters we were camped in an area where in the middle of I think my wife is telling me to shut up, so I'll stop here. Thank you.
No, I'm not. Genuinely coughing. Oh my God, no. Anyway.
No, please
Oh my
continue.
God.
Please continue, Reverend Green. Please continue.
Thank you, Dr. Slider. She's coughing. I know what that means. Anyway,
Not this time. Not this.
Anyway, one interesting experience was that Father would go out fishing, for Dorados in the rivers, and he would go out early in the morning and come back at about 8 o'clock at night. And I was, as a filial son, I really wanted to take care of, True Father's. Actually, when he went out he would come back at about 8 o'clock, and I think I missed my point here, so I will stop. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
You want to talk about when your father come in and you were standing at the gate? That's what
You
you're
can,
talking.
please continue, Mrs. Green. You can.
No, I have a point I want to make. I wanted to continue. You tell the story best, please.
Anyway,
I think the point is, this is Latin America. This is not a safe place. So your
Right.
parents, being there and putting so much effort there, it just gives you. I mean, your story, I remember, it's a taste of the type of environment they were living.
It'll come back, Reverend Green. It'll come back to you. Just
I-
Maybe you
I-
should say it another time.
I think the point is that we were in a dangerous environment where there are wild animals, there are jaguars and
Right.
anacondas, all kind of snakes. So
Mm.
in order for father to return, he had to come out of the van and open a gate, to drive in. So, I took the opportunity to go out and waited at the gate for his return. And so while I was there, the skies were so pristine. I felt I could just pluck, stars from the sky because everything was so beautiful. The air was so clean. And, the sounds of creation was embracing me. So I remember I burst in a song. I was singing, a song that is called The Dance of the Year. Then a part of the song goes, see the clouds laced in pink and white, mother's gown flowing soft and light, father rise on a shooting star bringing a corsage of the sun. Now the dance has begun, whirling round the Milky Way, high and low. That is the song I was singing, and I thought I was in heaven. Then I saw father's vehicle coming in the dark, and when he came up to me, I looked in father's face, and he looked a little bit surprised and and anxious. It was like he was saying, "What are you doing out here?" And then from his expression, I knew that I wasn't. I should get back into into where we were staying very quickly. But I thought I was in Jamaica because everything was so beautiful and fresh and clean. But when I heard that there are all kinds of dangerous animals out there, including jaguars and anaconda, I, you know, so I was very frightened after the fact. At that point, when they told me what was out there, then I became very scared. But I was in no danger at that time. Thank you.
Anaconda.
You tell the story best. How could you want me to tell it? I can never stop listening to it. Anyway, I have a point to make, but I don't want to. I want this to finish at the end. I will say it. So no, because that is a beautiful story. I wanted to leave in our memory. So I hope I can make it at the end. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just like, I think Reverend Green can mobilize anacondas and jaguars, just mobilize them peacefully to attend our true parents. I'm sure you could their song. You know how like they do, like they play the flute or something, they get the snake to like do dance around and stuff.
Yes, the Indians, yes.
Yeah, that's Reverend Green with the jaguars. Just like the dancing song. Yeah. Well, I just like this whole mother matriarchal societies, and in war, like I said before, in wartime you kind of need a guy to lead things, but when the war's over, you really do need women to step into the center. I think that's a much better. I think they're more fit to lead at that point. So let's make a peaceful world so that we can go home, get mama's cooking.
Bandages. Thank you everyone so much for today's sharing. It's really exciting today. Today is day 7 of our 40-day special devotional period for a victorious entrance ceremony for the Chunil Sanctum in the Chunwon Gun, leading up to True Parents' wedding anniversary. Are there any prayer requests today?
Continue
All right,
praying
then.
for our true mother, for our victorious, leadership, that we all can enter the Chunil Sanctum.
Thank you.
Amen.
And let's remember to pray for the workshop, which is coming up March 30th. Really important. All right, family, let's get ready for our prayer with 3 Abaji Omanese.
Chuncheon Residence Prayer, She Jog, Abaji, Omani, Abaji, Omani, Abaji, Omani.
Let's pray.
Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Good morning, Heavenly Parent.
Thank you very much
Heavenly Parent and true parents, we
for
pray
this
for
morning
Father
devotion.
and spiritual looking
Mother's
over us,
memoir.
taking care of us,
Wow,
watching
I'm
out.
grateful how
We
True
pray,
Mother
Heavenly Parent and
describes
parents for true
that was
mother. Pray
when
for
she
true mother,
was not
love, life,
even
for good health.
allowed with from
Heavenly Parent and true parents, we
from a
pray for
first
true mother,
generation or
long life,
generation of a true family
for good
to
health.
inherit the true mother spirit and
Most
be
parents and
mobilized, and discipline and also
pray, Heavenly Parent and true
truly
parents
heavenly parent and
for
family
brothers and
family
sisters.
and the
We are
Korean
so grateful to join
For
this
nurturing mother and taking
morning
care of her.
devotion community of new hope,
New parent and
surrounding
we
all
pray
brothers and sisters
at this
from
time,
north,
Heavenly
from
Parent.
south, from west and east. Father, we are one family under God. Father, this kind of unification, unity is the key to bring your kingdom on us. Father, therefore, so grateful you mother given
Brothers and sisters, that is everyone on this prayer call.
America, South America, have been trying to come together
Everyone on this prayer call.
as a one unified
Heavenly Parent and true parents, we pray for every
community
brother
of brothers and sisters. So how much prepared and expected this nation, elders and nation, taking
pray for
care
your
of
healing touch to God Christ.
only here in North
Pray for
America, but
true words.
include South
We pray
America,
for Carter.
South America, Caribbeans,
Pray for Carter.
as
And
well
for our
as
brothers and sisters
Africa.
to work brothers and
But there are still a lot of space
love Heavenly Parent and
to
pray for
develop
these brothers and sisters.
and
We
create
pray that we
better,
can love each other, help each other,
real
serve each other.
community is possible.
We pray that we can go forth
But
in the
our
shoes
history
of
has
Saul,
been so
shedding tears for us and for our
hard and
children.
difficult. So,
We pray, Heavenly
because
Parent and
of
true parents, that we can love everyone on this prayer community, each and everyone on this prayer community. Pray for their
system,
good health. We pray for
our
their energy, their strength. We pray
capitalism,
for everyone on this prayer
but
community,
Father,
their good health, energy, and strength. We pray for them. We pray for their families,
different type of
their
a
children,
communism
their grandchildren. We pray for them. We pray for them.
kingdom can be a
We pray for them.
possible.
We pray for each other.
Father, because of a true
welcome
parents.
you
Heavenly Parent
in
and
the
true parents, we
Because of
pray
a
that we can love each other,
only
care for
begotten
table
each
daughter,
other,
true
is
mother is
that,
here on
name
earth.
that we can go forth in the
She
shoes of the
proclaimed
from
servants,
you,
olden
the
time,
dwelling place.
shedding tears
understanding
from and
you
sweat for our
We know
beloved
that the
much
final
children.
better
stage
through
in terms
We
of
understanding
pray,
you
Heavenly
is
Parent and
only
true
unification of
parent,
the
that we can bring
for
the
Korean
the
gospel here
Peninsula
in
and
America,
begotten
and the
daughter
British
of
Country
the
Mother
mother,
gave to
not
us
on
UN,
us.
the
all over
park,
the
the
world, Europe,
But
Middle East,
he
North America,
Lebanon,
South
is
America,
really
Latin America.
embracing
have
Thank you for the
everybody.
church.
fellows, all that clouds need to be
Pray
united.
that we
Ask
can
us to
unite with
understand it.
Heavenly
Unite
Parent and
his
true
heart
parent. We
is
pray
the
that
key to
everyone,
bring
That
our
the dear
husbands,
world
all of them,
to the
our
our
family,
families, and
in the
for Father, please,
family,
the
that
we pray for
allow
them.
them
nation. It's
that
for us to
to show them
stand and grow,
that they came from
mature.
in-laws, now
All this community must
married,
mature to
we those relationship
what
how
true
important
parents,
the
but
We pray for brothers
unification
and
of a
sisters
family.
that we can love each other,
Hence, I
mission.
pray that we have
Mother
as a
with true
blessing
mother,
love each other,
really begotten
pray
daughter,
for each other,
all the
has
true
been
parents
working
in
forgive
the
each other.
so
family.
seriously day and night,
Parent and true parent,
and
Some of
she's
them have
81 years old.
sick parents. I pray for
Father in
the
heaven,
healing
104 years
power,
old.
for the
How
pray
we
energy,
every
really need a more spirit of
to
son and
overcome the
daughter.
safety of the
youth,
true parents and the true family.
all the shadow
Father,
of
we
the
long
Pray
it
for
no shadow of
to understand you
generation
better.
cloud,
But
not only
Father,
our
true
family, that
parents,
pray for
really
all that
telling witness to new people, to young
tragedy of
people, and for
family,
real church.
foundation,
true family, that
victorious foundation through
relationship
Heavenly
that was
Parent and true
influenced
marriage of
parent,
lamb.
the unification of
Without
Northern
them,
Korea and
nothing
having a
happened.
unified Korea.
remember
Without
We
them,
pray
in
to
those
we could
overcome all
hope.
in-laws
side effects in our
Father,
world and
only
to
that
what
realize that have
destruction.
much pain
unified
that we have
This
person.
was the
gone
human
through.
history.
Pray, Heavenly Parent and
History
true
Father,
parent,
holds
number
us so
one,
much
for the
still
pain.
this
safety of the
world
true
had
parents
been
and the true family.
Heavenly
conquered
parents,
Number
not
two,
only
for the
us,
ideology,
virus entered into
Ukraine,
John 1
Middle East
Heavenly
to
Parent and true
Taiwan
parent.
Straits to Korean
Pray to
Peninsula.
successfully witness to new
Father,
people,
true
to
family,
young
the
people, and
it
for
can
strong
spiritual
be
is
growth,
a unification.
for the
the
unification of
most
Korea and
Those
Korea
that
and
we
come
can
to
family, unified
overcome
within
Korea.
this
the
Pray
evil.
Korean
to
Peninsula,
overcome Christ
that
is the
was
message of
that
our
we
life and the life of our
Father,
sometimes
children.
are
into been to
Brothers and
in-laws
sisters,
and
Heavenly
then
Parent
truly
and
the
true parent.
family,
Jong Un.
For brothers and sisters,
women
Father,
pray for
who
the
everyone
unity,
coming to the world
really
to
power
witness
of the
to God
nation,
are saved by
and of
Christ
the
and
the
people
health and
there,
the leadership to come and
by
to bring
Christ.
the out of a family.
he can be stronger than them
Shall have to
spiritually.
take
Don't
Heavenly
you
parents
want
and mother here of a mother.
grow
Yeah,
us up?
We wipe away the heart
Mother,
yes,
true parents,
a place
really train this up.
not only
Father, stronger than both evil and trust. Otherwise, there nothing happened.
authentic green family.
The second generation is
Parents are
coming
probably well
as a Top
family
Gun
police
and US.
Yeah.
Jugo do jugo ilbek pongo cho jugo bekori chindo de yo nokshirado iko opko 임형한일 변탄시 가실 줄이 수랴 임형한일 변탄시 가실 줄이 수랴
Chanjian, Champamanamge, Kyungbae, Paro, Now I have 3 cheers of Okmanse.
정국의 합신 하늘 부모님 억만세. 전지현 참부모님 억만세. Victory for the Chunshima residents prayer 억만세.
Thank you, everyone. Are there any announcements today?
Catherine, this is Kumiko.
Hi, Kumiko-san.
Yeah, Reverend Milhan, the Dragon Tour for the Clifton Church registration form, someone didn't attend the Sunday, so could you send official letter from the church, please? Someone didn't receive it.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
We
so
can do
much.
that.
Reverend Sebastian?
Just, so I was slow on the draw. You could have prayed for Pastor Naokimi. There was a meeting yesterday and he didn't feel well, so he didn't show up. So I don't know if that's a problem, but anyway, just want to pray for him.
Oh, thank you for letting us know. I hope he's not exhausted.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we're talking about the expectation for us to send people to Korea, like the ministers and stuff like that. Pastor Stevens, do you have a letter, the letter that we send out to the ministers? Because if we are reaching out to ministers, we want to have the official letter. Did you get that? If so, can you send it out to us so we can be able to present it to ministers?
I can ask Dr. Rouse. I've been texting him. Oh, he sent me a long, wow, very long. Anyway, okay, I can ask him now.
Thank you.
I think it's so funny how we keep calling it the Blue Dragon. We're talking about Blue Dragon.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I did reach out to Dr. House through a text, and he told me, please reach out to your regional Pastor Takino. He is the one that can provide you with everything.
Okay.
Pastor Takino of New Jersey.
Got it. Okay, let's just.
That's what he texted me back. Or Reverend Mark Hernandez. That's what the answer I got from him.
That makes sense.
And I was not able to have a direct talk with Reverend Mark Hernandez, but he did answer the text, but I was working, so I could not talk with him.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Pastor Takino, first I got a call from, a text from Pastor Takino. It's the same thing. I was not able to get back to them. No, they are not asking me to get back to them. They are going to get back to me, but then it did not happen. But, through Pastor Milan, I think we can have, yeah.
I'm in a group text with both of them.
Oh, okay.
I just texted them both, Dr. Rouse.
Reverend Stevens?
Yeah.
I think also you can check with Tal, because when they were sending, to see if she sent out anything regarding those things.
Okay.
Because she's part of all of this.
I don't usually have a problem getting information if I know what I want.
Yay!
Okay. Ogmanse, everybody.
Thank you. God bless you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
God bless you.
Bye. May God